And she's like, oh yeah, me and the girls have just finished watching Mean Girls. And I was like, Mean Girls? Ruby's 5, Mum.
You've got a platform, you've got an audience, it's like, I didn't know how to write a sitcom. So you've got an outlet.
It's taking a dark turn now.
Welcome to episode 21 of the Fun Dad, Dean and Wife Unfiltered podcast. I am Dean.
And I am Sarah.
And we have started this podcast to give a true representation of parenting.
We are here to give you unfiltered, realistic discussions about how we are trying to parent our 2 young children, hold on to our jobs, keep our house semi-respectable whilst attempting to have a social life. And today, we are lucky enough to be joined by someone who doesn't know it, but he entertains me in bed many evenings.
Lying in bed watching.
By that, I mean scrolling Instagram.
That's what that buzzing is.
And that is Jack Skipper. So welcome.
Whee. Thanks for that. That was very professional, that intro. Well done.
Cheers, mate. So for a bit more context, if you don't know Jack, Jack's a comedian who has done extremely well for himself on social media. Now you do other stuff, better stuff. Jack, we find your videos really entertaining, don't we?
Yeah.
Sarah does, obviously.
I think they're brilliant.
She makes lots of noises from upstairs. As she's just told us.
It's getting weirder and weirder.
So, yeah, you often depict in your videos exactly what everyone's thinking. You're just so relatable, aren't they?
Yeah, they're really good videos. But what we wanted to do today, we wanted to find out a little bit about your journey, about how you got to that place.
Right.
So tell us, what did you used to do?
For a living?
Yeah.
I used to be a carpet fitter. Sums it up, there you go.
Yeah, sums it up.
I hated it though.
Yeah. So what sort of made you take, because you took the leap, didn't you, to go full-time into comedy, because that takes a bit of balls, doesn't it, to do that?
Do you know what? It's something I always wanted to do, because it takes so much balls. It's something I always want to do, like for a long time. But for me, it's just one of the things that was like, it's a fantasy, isn't it? It's like saying I want to be an astronaut. Do you know what I mean? It's just one of the things that I don't even know how you got to that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I used to fit carpets, but for like a couple of years, when I was about 19, I had like an office job, just like making tea. Do you know what I mean? And it was right by the Hammersmith Apollo. I used to walk past the Hammersmith Apollo every day, and I used to think, wow, I've always loved comedy, you know. And I remember I went. Me and my mates went to the Comedy Store in about 2000, I don't know, 8, something like that. And I saw Mickey Flanagan there just before he blew up. And I remember thinking, because I always thought, to be a comedian, you had to be you had to go to university, and I've not done any of that. You know what I mean? And I used to think, but it was there actually seeing someone who just looked like one of my dad's mates on stage. It was the first thing I think, maybe I could. Do you know what I mean? Maybe I could. And then it took years and years and years and years. And then I done a speech at a wedding.
What were you doing writing years and years and years? Were you doing...
No,
I just thought about doing it. I'm obsessed with comedy. Even as a kid, I used to I'd comedy videos. I just be upset.
What, stand-up or just
anything, sitcoms, anything. I used to all of them. I used to the thing as a kid, you just watch a video and just rewind it, watch it again.
Yeah.
I was obsessed with it. And then being able to do impressions of Alan Partridge or David Britton. You just do it in the playground but yeah, it took me age. And then I gave a speech at a wedding and so I did that thing where I was like, I knew I could do it. Do you know, it's that little thing where you go, I enjoyed that. Do you know what I mean? And then so then I did a little comedy workshop, because I thought that was a nice way in. You were mixing with people I wouldn't even known how to get on stage. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And
then what happened? You get your first gig booked in, it was a little showcase gig, but then the pandemic happened. So I didn't get to do my first gig. Why me?
For you. Bloody COVID.
but then so then I just one of my mates is because I used to send videos to my mates in WhatsApp groups and stuff, just as a laugh. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What, you making them?
Yeah, I just do characters or whatever, just with my mates. I mean, and I even I remember I used to do it on Facebook back in 2012 or something. I used to just put video.
I was going to say, are they still accessible? Do people see them? They're gone.
They're gone. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then me and my mate said to me, "Goes, put it on TikTok." I'd never even heard of TikTok. I didn't know, never even heard of it. And I had nothing else to do, so I thought, I threw it up. And then I remember I couldn't even work out how to use it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I forgot about it, and I picked up my phone a few days later. And like I had like all these notifications, and I couldn't even work out what had happened.
Wow.
And there was one video that had done well.
Blew up.
Yeah. And I literally just lockdown. I had nothing else to do. I got right into it. It's that thing though, isn't it? Like when you start building, you've got a platform, you've got an audience. It's like I didn't know how to write a sitcom. I didn't know how to. So you've got an outlet.
Yeah.
And like
that's the beauty of that.
Yeah, that's it. And after like sort of like whatever, like I don't know, 12, 13 years of writing comedy just in your head, just for your own entertainment.
Yeah.
You mean I'd already had I've got like characters in my head. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Of funny situations I'd thought of, or I used to like think of observations and knowing like in my head like I'm never going to say it on stage. I used to just always spot things and try and you know what I mean. Like, my only outlet really was like in the pub, just sitting around in the pub. Like,
making people laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, when your videos come up, I always watch them. You're one of these people I watch them, aren't I?
Oh, nice one.
Try and share them as much. They're just always
It's always saying
so good.
what people are probably thinking but wouldn't actually say out loud.
What do you reckon?
Yeah, there is some of that, definitely.
Yeah.
But it's just your facial expressions and stuff like that. You know, like the Spurs guy, I like him a lot. So I'm a West Ham fan.
Oh,
so.
right, yeah.
Who do you support?
Me, Palace.
Oh,
yeah.
You're not Spurs.
No.
So obviously, as part of your journey, and as part of this is obviously our parenting podcast. We're wondering, because I was trying to find information. You make some really good videos about being a dad and parenting.
Yeah.
So how many children do you have?
2.
2 children.
Yeah.
And you got boys, girls?
Boy and a girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're in primary or
Primary school. Yeah.
And how do you find being a parent?
Yeah, it's like because they're like there's only a year between them as well. So
gosh, okay.
So they're like sort of twins, really. Do you know what I mean?
How old are they? Sorry, how old?
9 and 10.
9 and 10.
So, yeah. So like they spend like. I feel sorry because they spend so much time together. Do you know that sort of thing? Like just together all the time.
Yeah.
So they row a lot. You know what I mean? But just like siblings do, don't they? But
yeah.
But I feel like I spend the most time as a referee.
Yeah.
It does feel like I was saying this the other day actually. It's like you know when you're getting them ready for school in the morning or things like that, and it was like say it will kick off.
Yeah.
And you've just woke up and there's like a punch up. Do you know what I mean? You've got a control, right? And then you're really stressed out. You've split them up, and then you're like traumatized. And then they're like best mates again.
Yeah.
They've forgotten about it. And you're there like, you're just like...
They plod off to school and you're just stressed out of your mind.
Yeah. So I felt like a nightclub bouncer there for a minute. Do you know what I mean? It was like kicking off outside Yates's. Do you know what I mean? Like proper like men. And then they're just having a laugh and a joke on the way to school. It's like, we just forgetting about what happened there. Like,
yeah, they're just mates. It's like a roller coaster of emotions, just something like getting ready for school.
Ours do kick off of each other, but because they're a bigger gap, there's not quite that.
How old are yours?
10 and 5.
10 and 5. Oh, right, yeah, bigger gap.
So there's not so much of a punch up, but they do argue a lot. And it's like, not this again.
It's just that, it's like over anything. You feel it bubbling, don't you? You think there's going to be something. So it's going to. You know what the thing that does me in, and I always feel bad because I feel like I'm. You know, I mean they're having too much of a good time. Where the laughter's getting a bit out of control. You think this is going to end? This is... That's like, your tension's getting higher. They're too excited right now. This is going to kick off. And then it's like, you feel like you're going, stop having fun. Because it's going to kick off.
You're trying to lower the tension.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? It's like...
One thing that I always say to Dean, that he is quite with the children, which I don't know if you're going to be aligned with this or not, but do you tend to use sarcasm with the children and do they get it?
Do you know what? Like my kids, I think they're at that age now where they are developing a really good sense of humour.
Yeah.
I can see they're sort of like, their humour's coming out. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, and you know when they're starting to get it, like get like a little, like my boy, right? So he's 10, right? So I think it was like you know, wear your own clothes to school day, whatever. And I was like, and I just like, I said, I can get that nice pink skirt you wanted, mate, right? He went, and he genuinely went, yeah, I might get some heels to go with that, actually. And it's like he started to join in with the banter a little bit, do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, and no, they got, I just sometimes, like, not so much anymore, like my little girl, I used to like, I used to like purposely get into an argument with her, just because it's like, you know, like over something really trivial, just like I think purple's better than pink. She's like, it's not actually. And just like, 'cause it's cute.
Oh, I love being sarcastic with them.
You do, but I don't always.
And you're like,
think
dude, stop taking it too far. And I'm like, it's just funny. And like, if I'm upsetting them, then obviously, but my eldest does get it, and she's like laughing. but she would just come and hit me.
Yeah.
Like, as hard as smack me
Dean.
in the leg as hard as possible. Just make me stop.
Yeah, I think it's
good.
nice. It's nice. Just wind them up to a point. They got, you got to toughen them up a little bit, ain't you? Do you know what I mean?
I think so. But do you think that the dad role has changed over time? And I suppose what I mean by that is, I think dads now are a lot more hands-on.
Oh yeah.
Would you say so? Like from your childhood comparing now,
Yeah.
do you think that you're much more of a hands-on dad, like you're saying, getting them ready for school and stuff?
100%. And I think this is quite funny because it's like, you know, how old are you, Dean?
38.
So yeah, just similar to me, right? So it's like, we got no reference to this modern dad thing. We weren't talking. We didn't. I don't know if you did, but like I don't know if we saw it. So like we'll be like, well, like I do, like I make.
That's all new to us.
Packed lunches, but that didn't. It done fuck all, kind of.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, mate, so much you want.
But like nothing. I remember once he made me a sausage sandwich, and like, because I just remember that's how like rare it was. Because I remember that sausage sandwich. I mean, he did like nothing. Do you know what I mean? But I'm not saying that he was a bad dad. He was a great dad.
Yeah.
But it was just, I just
the
felt,
roles evolved and it's changed.
It was quite. I think I'd call it traditional. I grew up.
You
know
know
what I mean? Like dad went to work, mum looked after me. It was that sort of thing. So, but I'm not against doing it. I enjoy. Do you know what I mean? I actually quite enjoy doing it. But it's like I feel like just we've got no reference. We're still working it out.
Yeah,
so give us a bit of
definitely. You done a video the other day actually, like dads back in the day versus now. I think about a week ago, I think you did it, and you like. Back in the day was like get in the van. Get in the van.
Yeah.
Oh, you're hungry, bag of crisps. You said something like, oh, when they done shit at sport. You what are you Spurs? Something like that. That was good. That just summed it all up really, didn't it? Like back in the day, dads were just didn't have to do anything.
I tell you where you see it as well. I've sort of said this on stage before. Like it's, I feel like mums have evolved, looking through time. It's how to do the school run. They're quite good at it. They realise it's good to build communities. You see what you see in the playground at pick-up time. You see little communities of mums huddled together having a little chat, and then between every little huddle, there's a dad on his own, just like, don't talk to me. I don't want to have a conversation. Do you know what I mean?
Interesting you say that, Jack, because in our house we tend not to have that traditional role. Dean has to do, because I'm a teacher. Dean has to do all the school runs. Right? And he is that dad in the corner looking at the ground thinking, nobody speak to me.
Mate, I leave at 3:17. I do a medium pace walk up the road. It takes me about 4 minutes to get there at that pace. And then by the time I get there, the kids are coming out. I do not get there early. I don't want to talk to anybody. And I don't want to get there late because I don't want to look like a shit parent, but I literally in my mind I time it to that, so I don't have to stand on my own.
One dad I talk to, and when I say talk to, we walk past each other and go, all right. that's a good chat, mate.
Playground interaction.
I mean,
close relationship. Then.
I was another bloke. I don't talk to him anymore because I went, all right. He went, how are you? I was like, fucking calm down, mate. What do you think this is? Question time. I
would love it if anyone who knows where Jack's kids go to school and are listening to this podcast get on the WhatsApp groups, get together and huddle around him.
Do you do it often? Do you come here often? Do you come here often? Yeah. Do you do the school run often?
Yeah. But to be fair, I joke, but I did sometimes I did with like a sports day thing, and all the parents stand around and sometimes you can stand and have a chat. It's like you can just tell both of us are thinking, can I walk off now? I think we've said everything that needs to. Do you know what I mean?
No, I've got a good friend now. I've got a good friend now.
School friend.
Yeah, I got a new one. Yeah, no, got a new one.
And sometimes as well, I feel like I'm putting my insecurities and antisocial behaviour onto my kids because it's I say I walk along with my boy, or he'll see his mate walking with his dad. And he'll call out to his mate, Alfie, and I go, no, fucking shut up.
Oh, no, that's the worst.
I don't walk with them.
Then you got to walk with them. That is the worst. Oh, my God.
And my boy's naturally being sociable, and I'm crushing. Don't do that. We don't talk to people.
No, you've got to walk with me. Walk with me. I'm scared.
Why are we walking so slow? Just let them.
I'm the opposite. I literally walk down the road, and I'll be like, hi, morning, you're right.
Oh,
I know all the names of the
nuts.
kids, all the parents. I'm like, hi, morning.
Yeah. Yeah, and sometimes there is the dad who is the one there chatting to all the mums. You're like, what's this geezer's fucking?
Yeah, stay away from him.
Like, what does he know that we don't? You know, like, what?
So I'll be talking to everyone there, and I'm with her. We do it together sometimes, don't we? Morning, and I'm standing like this, literally like this, just
There's
watching
been
her
times
talk.
where I've had a chat in the playground quickly, maybe for even just a minute,
Yeah.
and then I've turned around to go back to him, and he's walked home. Because he won't wait in the playground for me for 1 minute because of that social awkwardness that he finds in the playground.
I want to be sociable. I do want to be that sort of person who's a bit more like that.
Yeah.
But it don't come naturally to me. I can't walk in the playground. All right, San. All
Yeah,
right, mate. Oh, I'm not
No,
like
I mean,
that.
I think there are. I say, I think I was being a bit generalising a bit, saying all dads are like this.
Yeah.
You get one or two that are quite. I think the majority of them we're sort of just. It's it's a job to do, isn't it? Get in, get out. It's like.
We're not massive on small. We're not massive on small talk, are we? That's the thing.
No, exactly.
Dads don't like small talk.
Yeah.
I think as well, I wanted to bring up with you today the idea of disciplining your kids as well.
Right.
It's something that, again, I think, like mentioning what we were saying about dads from the past and dads now, it's got very, very different now. I feel like some parents, and I know sometimes you're scared to be like, I can't say this word.
Authoritarian.
That word.
Yeah.
I thought, say
Just
again.
authoritarian.
Yeah, it's great. Authoritarian style.
Yeah.
But when, obviously, you're quite a funny guy, because when you're trying to discipline...
a funny
Sorry,
guy.
obviously you're a funny guy.
I've got a tour to sell here. Come on.
Yeah. But when you're telling your kids off, do they ever think you're joking?
No.
No,
They don't find me funny. They don't find me funny at all.
They know the difference. Do they not?
No. I remember I showed my little girl a video of me doing stand-up once. She looked at it. She went, "It's not very funny, but well done."
Oh.
Cheers.
You need some criticism.
Yeah.
You need some criticism. Back down to earth.
Yeah, exactly. No, do you know what? I don't. It's a funny one, isn't it? The old telling off thing, isn't it? Because it's. It takes a lot, doesn't it, for you to lose your temper, doesn't it? And like, do you know what I mean? It's like.
Yeah.
Well, do you know what I mean? It's not like. I feel like back in the day, go talk about how different it is. I think back in the day, you get told off and they go, fucking, they deserve that. Now we're all full of guilt and like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's like, but I am getting really better at because we have. Sometimes you ever do this thing where you're looking at yourself, you're thinking, I'm arguing like with a 7-year-old.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
I know.
What am I?
You feel pathetic.
Yeah,
You feel
what am I
pathetic.
doing? Like this is like obviously they're not the same. They haven't got the same brain as me.
Yeah.
They're not using the logic I've got. You'll find yourself in this disagreement, and it's like so there's this thing. So you're like the classic, like say. So my girl will go because she's a little girl. I think right. If I've picked out something for her,
Like clothing.
she won't like. It's
Anything.
yeah. It's
Oh,
the
no chance.
But it's like a thing. So like it's getting colder, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I said, you got to wear tights.
Yeah, just go.
Right?
Same argument this morning.
Yeah, and because it's like, and it's like, so then it's like, so now instead of getting the you're wearing the tights. So say right, okay, right. So would you want to wear the tights and be warm, or you can go to school and be cold? You're a big girl.
Yeah.
You make the decision then.
And what did she choose?
She went round to the tights. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, she did?
Because
Okay.
the power is with her then.
Yeah, if you give
Yeah.
them decision making, they will often do that.
But then,
I've
I think
heard.
you've got to say the things like you're a big girl. You make good decisions. You think what is the best decision here, and you do.
No,
it.
my daughter will just go, I'm wearing no tights, I'm going to freeze to death. Then she'll get back freezing, got pneumonia or whatever, and then you'll blame me. And then he was just, why didn't you put her in tights? Well, she didn't make the right decision.
But I mean, I know it's a bit of it's a classic, but it's the coat thing. What is the coat thing?
They don't feel the cold.
It's just. Yeah. Can we just? I'm still not sussed out how the way around it. It's like you have to psych yourself in it. You have to go right. How can I say put your coat on? How am I going to approach this today? Because you need to put a coat on. It was snowing, wasn't it, the other day?
Yeah.
No, I don't need a coat. Just put the.
I think as well, though, sometimes you just have to let them trial and error. So, like with the tights scenario, had she have chosen socks, then you just have to be like, do you know what? Fine, wear them today.
Yeah.
But there's a big chance that she will not be wearing them tomorrow.
Yeah, I think
like they
that's
have
it.
to feel it. They have
Yeah.
to experience it to learn it.
Yeah.
Or they just think you're nagging.
But yeah, because I used to, I'm guilty of being, a bit too telling them off and not doing as they're told. But I'm learning now.
I'm trying to get better at
Give
that.
them the power. And it's that thing, innit? If you make someone feel like they've made a decision, I think generally people, innit? People don't like being told what to do. Do
Nah.
they? Do you know what I mean? It's that sort of thing. Like, and I was thinking this as well. Like recently, they're like, we've got problems, and they're just they've got problems in their
Yeah.
lives, but because ours, that's their little world.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
if there's they got a friend at school who she's fallen out with because she wouldn't lend her a rubber, like that's drama in their world.
Yeah,
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That's the
And we just go, oh, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
And it's like,
yeah.
it does to them.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Because they haven't got a mortgage to worry about. So they've got this. Do you know what I mean? So I'm getting a bit better at.
Well, I had.
When we go, oh, we're going to be homeless, we can't pay the mortgage. They're like, oh, it doesn't matter, Daddy, it's fine.
Yeah, we'll live in a couple pots.
Yeah.
No, but I remember we had a friend round, and it was actually both of them. They've got one of those, those Barbie dream houses.
Yeah.
It's a fake Barbie dream house. We didn't buy the real one, but anyway,
Yeah.
they've got this Barbie dream house, and they have it all set up to the point where they've got hair straighteners in the bedroom, a little hairdryer there, and like the toothbrushes is in the bathroom. It's like meticulous. Like these little Barbie bits are everywhere, and they set it up and they love it. And then we had a friend round, and their little boy just went up to the Barbie dream house and went, oh, all the Barbies are going on holiday, and just swiped everything out of every single room. And then my youngest started crying, and I was a bit like, oh, doesn't matter, it's just a toy, like, stop, you know what I mean? And she created, and she was crying. It's really embarrassing, isn't it?
Yeah.
In front of another parent, you're kind of like, you're embarrassing me now.
Yeah.
And then it wasn't until later when I put the kids to bed and I had to sit there and I was setting back up the Barbie house that I thought, yeah, I can see why she's really annoyed. If somebody just marched into my bedroom and got all my makeup and just swiped it all off,
that's her thing.
I
That's
would
her
be
world.
really annoyed.
Yeah.
And I was trying to think to myself, okay, take a step back, because like you say, like the rubber argument or somebody mucking up your room, it is frustrating.
Yeah, I'm guilty of that though. Just going, it doesn't matter. And I'm thinking, it's just like, it's not a big problem, is it? Like,
yeah, but you're still the same person, because I have this thing where I'm quite like, especially when it comes to like anything creative, like my stand up or anything like that. I'm quite not controlling. That sounds like a negative word, but it's like, I suppose I am, but like, I don't. Some people like have writers or things that I can't do. If I don't like saying, I didn't think of that, and it frustrates me a little bit.
Yeah.
I can't like, when someone or think. Like, so if I did one of them, if I was on one of them makeover shows, you come off holiday and done up your house, I'd hate that.
Oh, yeah.
Because I
would love that.
But you know what I mean?
Look at me.
This ain't my house. I've had no say in this. That would frustrate you. And I was thinking, I remember being a kid, being about 5 or 6, sitting like on the kitchen counter doing a drawing, and my dad's mate was there. And I was doing this little drawing. I remember the drawing. It was people's heads poking over a little fence, right? There's a drink I was doing, and
Like little peeping toms.
Yeah. And my dad's mate gone here, and he just put his and drew one on it. And I remember this like this thing came over me.
Rage.
Yeah, and mum and dad looked at me like, oh, calm down. So no, it's my drawing, man. Like,
Yeah.
So it's still
That's still in your brain, like 30 years later.
Yeah, I'm still that person. Do you know what I mean? Like, so you got to just, I don't know what my point was there. I just had to vent about that idiot who drew on my drawing.
I think the point is that we take for granted as adults that something that is really important to your child might seem insignificant to us, but it's a huge deal to them.
Yeah.
So, something like, I don't know, wearing tights, somebody burn the rubber, somebody...
Oh, yeah, but they're kicking off every 5 minutes though, half the time. Like, especially Ruby is like crying every like 10 minutes at the minute. I'm like... You can't have this many problems.
Yeah, I think there's a nice hybrid parenting of the old school and the new school.
Yeah, mate, I'm right.
I try and balance that as much as I can, because you can't be one of these bloody pushover, wet wipe bloody parents who just like, do what you want. Do you know what I mean? No,
I'm glad you said it.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? There's no. They've got to have some sort of like structure, I think. And
I think children thrive on boundaries. I think if you don't give children boundaries, they don't know where they stand, they don't know where you stand, and it all becomes a little bit muddled and confused.
Yeah.
So I think if you have your boundaries in your house, like if your children know, actually, if you do this, this is going to happen, or actually, I'm going to say no to that, then at least they know where they stand. Whereas if there's no boundaries and there's no rules...
Sometimes I ask, I've said this before, I said like 8 times to do something and they just don't do it. Yeah. I'm like, where'd you go from there? It's only like, where'd you go? You have to raise your voice, and miraculously that works. That does work though, doesn't it?
The dad.
The dad voice.
I remember that.
That's my philosophy as well. Like right in the middle. Don't want to be like too like authoritarian, like fucking some dictator in there, but also not like sitting there like, I'll do what you want. Fucking trashy house 24/7. It's fine. We'll just tidy up in a minute. So.
There is definitely a balance, and I think it's a tricky one, but I think you don't want to
But I love that phrase, hands-on dad.
Yeah.
Actually, no, I don't. No, I don't love the phrase hands-on dad, because you never hear people saying, "Oh, it's a hands-on mum."
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? I actually think you are a dad. That is your role, and it has changed over time, hasn't it? And I think that now, do you find yourself thinking to yourself, are you happy you live in this dad generation, or would you have liked to live as a dad in the past?
I think, without being too honest, if you're a dad in the past, you could like put a wash on and you're a hero.
Go to the pub on a Friday, come back on a Sunday. Oh, I'm back. Hello, Dad. Yeah,
I got back before Monday. What a legend.
Done well.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I like. I'm quite a sensitive, emotional person. I'm obsessed with like telling my kids that I want to make a job. I'm like, I love you. You do know. I'm like, much more like that than my.
Yeah.
Like, do you know, I was thinking this actually, like, like that thing when your own parents, like, I can feel myself. You like my mum. She's always like obsessed with whatever I'm doing. Everything I do is like it's all over her face. Oh, mum, and she's always
she's so proud of you.
Yeah, and that's sort of it. And that thing where they always say that don't take your parents for granted. I mean, because it's naturally you do, don't you? You go, oh, it's just my mum again. Like, but then I'm really starting to feel that now with my kids because they've just got phones, and so when I'm away like touring or whatever, and they've only just so they're quite dismissive of me, and I'm like, oh, but I don't mean
you hurt my feelings.
Yeah. Like, how you had a good day, and they just take it back. Yes. It's just like, oh,
that's good. They're texting back though.
Yeah.
See that as a good thing.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? It's like, I'm starting to feel that. Yeah, but I think there was another thing I was going to bring up because I've got that sort of philosophy with parenting and it has put my kids in good stead. And that whole thing of like if they fall over, let them get back up.
Yeah.
I'm quite good at that, and I think it has done on one. Do you know what I mean? Cause,
made them more resilient.
Yeah, because you see that sort of parent when like. They fall down and the parents are like, oh, you okay? And that's not good.
And sometimes the child started crying before they even know if they've hurt themselves or not because of your reaction. Yeah,
that's it. So I think that's one thing. And one thing I've learned from my parent, like this sort of thing I try and drum into my kids. I remember, do you remember you used to like call your mates on the house phone?
Yeah.
When you go, like, my mum used to hate it when like kids would ring up and go, hello, Jack there, please. Or like, and like, don't say anything. You mean it's that?
At least they said please.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was Jack there. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, sometimes I didn't know it. Yeah, it was Jack there. Right. So my mum used to always make me go, hello, Karen, how are you?
Yeah. Oh, my mum's called Karen.
There you go.
Big up, Karen.
I mean, it's not. There's loads of mums called Karen.
Yeah.
but this
probably wasn't her.
Yeah.
But do you know what I mean? My mum and dad, you say, right, I don't want you to be like that. You say, how are you? Then you ask. And little thing, and so I mean, kids don't call each the house phone anymore, do they? But like I do a thing like if we walk into a shop, like I say, ask how are you to the man.
Yeah.
Oh, you do that. That's cool.
I'm trying to drum it into them.
Yeah.
Especially in the world that we're living in now, where everyone's bloody on their phones and no one's antisocial. It's like a superpower to have that nowadays.
Yeah.
Even when I used to fit carpets, I used to hate it. Like I'd be on like fitting a carpet on the landing, and like the people around the house go, "Oh, be careful because my son's asleep in there." Like be a teenager asleep, and I'd be like, "Get him fucking out of bed then." Yeah. Do you know what I mean? I'm not minding him. Do you know what I mean? And then the teenager would come out and like
tiptoeing around the house.
Yeah, like they come out of the dressing gown with their head down, not talking to you. Like I wouldn't have that. I'd be like, no. If I had that, I could make my son go and offer the workman a cup of tea or things. Do you know what I mean? Like that antisocial weird thing that kids are like nowadays.
That's how teenagers go though.
Well, we don't know yet.
Don't know.
We've got it all to come.
We're worried about that.
But I think it's going to get worse with like this whole phone thing. And, like,
it is.
You know what I mean? They don't know how to socialise anymore.
Nah.
You know what I mean?
They can't get out of bed, mate, because their dopamine's so fucked from looking at like all the stuff.
I was in the gym the other day. I was like, on the treadmill and I watched. You got like the barrier to get in. There was someone who couldn't get in, and I was halfway through a run. I couldn't stop what I was doing, right? And then these teenagers walked through, and the bloke asked the teenagers, "Can you just go to the office for me and tell them I'm trying to get in?" These kids had a meltdown. There was like, what, I've got to go and
speak to someone.
I'll text him.
They couldn't handle this whole mission that to go knock on an office door and go. I just watched it. They was like, they couldn't handle it.
That's a really good little tip to instill in our children.
Yeah, I
even the head teacher with which one was it? Ruby or Daisy?
When?
The head teacher at the girls' school waits at the gate every morning, don't they?
No. It's the caretaker guy.
Caretaker.
Rob. So he goes.
Caretaker.
Morning, and my daughter was walking past, blanking him. I was like, "You ain't doing that."
No.
So I kept going. no, you say morning.
Yeah.
And eventually she done it. And after that, she was buzzing. Now she says it every time. And
Yeah,
now, it was just that initial,
it's nice, isn't it?
that initial like thing to get him to do
And
it.
we even did it. We went down the kebab shop the other day, me and my son. Classy
Love a
dad,
kebab.
see, right?
Nice
And,
Donna.
Yeah, but there you go, last Donna. And but then the kebab man was like was like, what team do you support? And they had a little conversation about football. And my son walked away and he was nice, wasn't he? I was like, I was like, this is what I'm telling you. You'll go back there now. It's good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like it sets you.
A lot of kids would have just walked through the door, sat there, got their phone out, put their head down, and not interacted at all.
Exactly. So I think that's.
And I think the parents are responsible, obviously, for saying, no, look, look,
have
say
a conversation.
hello.
Get good.
At least say hello.
I promise you, and I really think it's in the future generations that'll be a superpower.
Yeah.
Just saying hello.
Being able to be sociable. And like even with what I do, like with stand up, like. Obviously, you've got to do the writing, the performing, and learn all that. But there's a social aspect to it. Being somewhere and going up to the promoter, going up to the booker, getting to know people.
Yeah,
it's a part of the thing. You know what I mean? It's I might say my dad taught me that.
Yeah,
it's a thing that would be good to pass down.
Do you get nervous doing the stand up still? Or?
I get like yeah, but I mean depends what it is. Do you know what I mean? Some are higher stakes than others, but. It's good to. I mean,
what if a joke like bombs on stage?
I mean,
does that never happen?
Yeah, of course it does. It's just a part of it, isn't it? It's not like it's just.
So that's what I find so scary about thinking about doing that. You go up there, you're like just bare to these jokes, and people just like,
It's you just build a thick skin. I mean, it still hurts. It's still horrible. But
it's part of that thick skin as well, I suppose. You must have experienced some of this. The trolling on Instagram, TikTok, all that. Yeah. Do you even bother reading the comments anymore?
I sort of like, I'm not like, if you click on notifications, I'm not like searching through them.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
No.
Like,
just see how the video's done, or see if it's done all right, or
But I mean, it is bad, the whole trolling thing. I've been doing. I think I've been posting videos for like 4 years now. Or something. But at the beginning, it's like. Yeah, I mean, it does get to you. I mean, the thing I get most offended with, or that hurts me the most, is that thing where they try and accuse you of ripping something off or like
copying jokes.
Or that sort of thing. Because I'm so like, and there's a thing in comedy of like it's parallel thinking, or just if you can tell if it's like, basically in stand up, it's a no go thing. If you get known for being a joke thief. You're blacklisted. So I'm quite. So if I do
That's
something,
your integrity.
Yeah. So if I do something that's similar idea to someone else, I can categorically say I have not started because I would not do. And I've even seen people with successful videos who I know who have done something similar to I've done before.
Yeah.
But I just know. They've had a similar idea to me.
Yeah,
they've not looked.
Because we've all lived on the same planet. We've got similar experiences.
And no idea's new either.
Yeah, and
no idea's
that's
new.
the whole thing of relatable. It's got to happen to people. Otherwise, it's not relatable. I can't make something up. But, it's not going to be relatable then, is it? Do you know what I mean? Like, do you know when you're on Mars driving a bicycle? No, it's not a thing, is it? Do you know what I mean? But that's the thing that annoyed them. Them things where they try and accuse you of like ripping something off or doing that.
You haven't.
But the one that I do like though is if someone like does a horrible comment, click on their thing. I like it if they're following me.
Okay.
Because I can just block them.
Yeah.
Just be like, no more for you.
Yeah, I do some blocking.
Deans of trolls always seem to have a cat in their profile picture. Do you have many people with cats?
I've not heard of that.
Okay.
Cats mainly. I got really battered on the one I posted a couple of days ago.
Really?
I looked through them, bad mistake. I looked through them and I got like angry and started replying.
Yeah,
but I don't reply angrily. I just reply sarcastic or with a joke, or I reply so I draw other people in to give them stick. That's how I do it.
Yeah. Well, do you know what? There's because you get familiar with something like you spot. I think I've seen this guy before. There's one, and I haven't blocked him because I realised whenever a promoter or someone puts a post up about me.
Yeah.
Like I'm doing a gig or a news about me. He's always commenting on there.
Oh.
Going like. Oh, this guy who's whatever. He's not. He's just a TikToker. What's he doing? Doing stand up. And I just find it really funny because I don't block him, but it's
gives you engagement.
Yeah. But what I mean is, it's that thing where it's like he said it about me being signed to like my agency and that, and he's like, oh, what they just signing People who do hack videos now and all that.
Wow.
Went to Edinburgh, got nominated best newcomer.
Well done.
Do you know what I mean? So it's like now, and then so I saw him the other day. Like he hasn't got that card anymore. So he's like, yeah, well, do you know what I mean? It's like, shut up.
So what can we expect to see from you over the next few months? Because you're touring now, aren't you?
So no, it's on sale. So I start in. I've just put 2 days up in January, but sold out now.
Oh, and where are they?
That's in Soho Theatre. So then I've got 2 days there, but I'm starting in May next year.
Yeah.
But I mean, quite a few are sold out.
Alright, that's amazing.
Yeah. So.
And what kind of content are people going to be looking forward to seeing on stage? Do you know yet?
What do you mean? Like, what are my jokes?
No, not what are your jokes. What's your vibe?
I don't know.
Are you going to do the skits?
You have to come and see, wouldn't you?
Oh, are you going to do the kind of skits
No,
that you do on Instagram?
It's stand-up. It's stand-up comedy.
Yeah,
right? You know what I mean?
okay.
It's like,
Do you write most days then, or how do you write?
Well, I
stuff?
don't. It's the thing. Sometimes because I don't write anything down.
Oh, you don't?
I just make like notes in my phone, and then I'll just have an idea, and then I'll go up on stage and sort of work out. I'll know where but I don't longhand write out exactly what I'm going to say. No, I don't do that. And so sometimes it feels like you're not. So me working is just staring at a wall. You know what I mean? So it's literally what it is. It's like just thinking of stuff and then jotting it down, and then it's like the work is going up on stage and working out on stage. But yeah, sometimes you feel, because I think you do get comedians who will write it out, type it up, and then they can actually physically see the work they've done that day. With me, I don't
work like that.
Yeah, it doesn't work like that.
And what do the kids think? Will they come and watch you, or are they still a bit too young?
Too young.
Right.
Yeah, a bit too much swearing and stuff. I'm not that bad, but just
They see you online. They see your videos online.
Yeah.
Because that's something that we've now just started experiencing. So our eldest is 10, and only in the last few weeks. And if you're one of Daisy's friends and you're listening or watching this podcast, it is not suitable for a 10-year-old. Turn it off. But lots of her friends have
proper teacher mode.
I know, I did. But lots of her friends have started commenting it or watching it, and obviously you both often will make videos kind of jesting about children or parent-child scenarios that you've encountered.
Yeah.
Like, what do they think about that?
That'd be the worst thing for me, my kid getting bullied from my video I make, but that's what I'm worried about.
Yeah. But the thing is, your relatable parenting videos, when you make those or, anything like that, I personally, I find them really funny and I really relate to those, but I've never thought of it from the child's perspective before.
Yeah, I need to start thinking about this because it's not something I think about. Because you just assume you've got like an adult audience. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So like, even if you look on your
well, it should be really, shouldn't it? The kind of content that we make is not for children.
And I think that sometimes my kids will say, "Oh, my friends said they saw you," and that. I think, how are they? Is there not a way? Because I think my kids don't have Instagram or TikTok on there, so I don't know
how they're seeing it.
Yeah. So
but other kids their age probably do. So they're.
Yeah. I mean, it's not. I mean, each their own. If you want, I'm not saying anything against it, but I just don't know. Like, can you put blocks on it, or like, can you? Because I know when you upload to YouTube, you can say this is not for kids.
Yeah, you can. You can't you don't on the other ones, can you? Nah, you just get algorithm feeds it to you. So if those kids see you and they're like, oh, that's so and so's dad.
I don't do anything. There's nothing. I just a little bit sweary, really. Like every now and then. It's not anything. But yeah. But I've noticed this though, my kids, like they don't. If I get recognised or stopped for selfies and stuff, like they don't like it at all.
Can I tell you something?
What?
I saw you in Sutton High Street once.
Oh, did you?
I did.
She got so scared.
And I was like, that's Jack Skipper. I was like, should I say hello?
Stop for
I didn't.
Was that with my kids?
No, you just had your hat on and you were just walking down the high street at speed.
Do you get stopped a lot then?
Yeah, I don't know what a lot is, but yeah, like...
Weekly?
If I'm
Daily?
If I'm out in public, it's that thing. That sometimes it's always like if I'm in a situation, if I'm in a pub, it's like pretty much guaranteed because I think people lose their inhibitions a bit, don't they?
Yeah, they've had a drink.
They're going to come up to you, but I always it's like you get that weird one where it's like you'll get a DM when you get back. Do you know what I mean? It's like it's like I mean, or you know this didn't happen, but for example, like say you was like eating some chips. You'll get a message. No. You'll get a message going, "Did you enjoy your chips?" It's like a really sort of like, I'm
watching you.
It's like fucking Jesus Christ. But also, always some of the things like, because I, going into London to do gigs, I'm always getting like tubes and like, and you always have that thing where you can, people don't think you can hear them, and they're going, "That's that bloke there. That's that bloke."
Oh.
And you're there just sort of pretending you can't hear, because because it's got to turn around like just smiling, going, "Yeah, it's me." Like, so you just sort of, so it's really awkward. You know what I mean? Just say hello. I'd rather you say hello because you're making this awkward. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
So if I see you in Sutton High Street,
Just say hello.
again, I'll be like, Hi.
Don't DM me.
I'm watching you.
Yeah, nice trainers.
Do you respond to the DMs?
Nah.
Yeah, they were very nice, thank you. So, Jack, who is your favourite comedian?
I wasn't expecting that question.
I bet you've never been asked that.
Who is my favourite? You get asked it a lot actually as a comedian, but I would say I've got a favourite, and I think I do think there's a thing though. There's like you get like a comedy DNA where it's like you do impressions of comedians growing if you're a fan, and then sometimes so you become like a hybrid of all these things. So it's like, I mean, growing up, back when you like comedy videos, it was all like, the classics like Lee Evans, Peter Kay. I used to love watching them sort of things, even like Mickey Flanagan, all those sort of things. And then like, but I used to love sitcoms and things like that. I used to love like Alan Partridge, and I've started rewatching is The Royal Family.
Right.
I love that. Anything like wholesome, do you know what I mean? Just like, I love that sort of stuff.
What about Only Fools?
I knew you were going to say that.
I've literally watched every episode
He
probably 30
knows
times.
all the words.
Yeah, I love it.
He'll be watching it and he'll say it before the character says it.
Oh, yeah,
but it's the
I
thing. Sometimes I think about it about comedy. It's like sometimes comedy is about laughing, but sometimes it can be like a cuddle. It can be like a familiarity.
Watch it when you're hungover.
Yeah, man, that's it. That's exactly it. Like if you're a bit homesick or something, it's something to remind you. But yeah, what was the question? Oh yeah, so I suppose I haven't got a favourite.
I think it's uplifting though, because I think even having this conversation now, like I know for you, say like you just said you might watch Only Fools, for example, when you're hungover. It's because you're feeling a little bit low.
Yeah.
It's because you're feeling a little bit shit. And then you'll put Only Fools on and you'll be sitting there giggling away to yourself like a crazy person. But it's really good for our kids to turn and be able to turn to a programme to watch that is also funny.
Yeah, of course.
Like personally, I find kids' TV now, these American programs on Netflix and stuff, and they're just kind of like, screeching at each other and they're screaming at each other. I hate it. I find it so annoying. And I'd love to find a program for children that's uplifting, that's funny, but not incessantly
Americans
annoying.
aren't as funny.
Yeah.
Sorry if you're an American and listening, but I just don't think they're as funny as us.
Yeah.
Different type of humour, maybe?
I mean, they're great American comedians, but I lean towards more British. But I mean, it's the thing, going back to the thing with my kids, the whole YouTube thing, it just drives me mad how into it. I banned it.
Yeah.
I've banned it. It causes, it sends them a bit mental. It sends them a bit like the arguments over the remote gets to like, because it's like, I don't know, it's just not.
They're so addicted to it.
What are they
watched
watching?
It. And you know what? It's just, I'm going to say, it's fucking shit as well. It's just shit. I hate it. It's like, there's no talent. There's just, and the fact that it's like that, there's like men growing with their kids doing this weird fucking and
they're just making a fortune off it as well. That's what pisses me off. They've got like 30 million views. It's like, what?
Yeah, and it's just literally shit. And the thing is, it's like I subscribe to bloody Disney Plus and like watch that.
Yeah,
someone's made a lot of effort.
Plus.
Someone's
Watch
made a
a
lot of
film.
effort making that. It's a real bit of, and it's even like, obviously like a Disney film has been like the sound is all like engineered and it's been they're like bloody YouTubers. Right. It's like, hey guys, it's like, shut up, man. It's like,
Always
so
passionate
annoying.
about that,
Yeah,
isn't he?
no,
Honestly.
I couldn't believe it.
Who's the ginger fella? Who's he?
Oh, I don't know. We don't watch
He's like a
YouTube.
slightly balding, because I banned it now. But him, and there's A for Adley. There was that one.
I don't know.
Oh god.
Literally don't watch it. But
Bonnie and someone.
I don't know.
I don't know. It's just all such.
But say you would go home the weekend. Say you've got the kids and you go back and they're like, maybe they'll let you have the remote and you could choose. Yeah. What's the kind of thing that you would sit down and say, right, kids, let's have a go at watching this? Is there anything?
Well, do you know what they're into now? And I'm loving The Simpsons.
Oh, are they?
They like The Simpsons.
Yeah.
And I can get on with that. I used to like The Simpsons, and now it's like we've got to a beautiful compromise now.
Okay.
Where we'll put that on when we're having a dinner, or do you know what I mean? It's so I'm well on board with that.
Yeah.
I used to like the Flintstones.
See, even that, I'd get into that. I could. It's like,
Yeah.
it's that thing where it's like, yeah, it's mate. But I mean, I do love like Pixar films and things like that. Like I do. Soul, that's a great film. I like that one.
We haven't seen that one
That's
yet.
a good one.
Okay.
It's good
We'll
for
add that
adults
to
as
the
well.
list,
There's a
yeah.
little life lesson in that one.
Is it good for the soul?
It's good for the soul. It is. Yeah, it genuinely is.
Is that why it's called that?
Maybe. But it's no. I'm trying to think of other things though. I mean, it's quite nice when I can sit down and watch like action films with. I'll tell you what though. What did we watch the other day? I suppose I'm pretty good in trouble with some parents. But you can watch that.
You can watch a
Slightly
12,
adult.
50, it's fine.
Yeah, but
You know
yes,
your
yeah.
children.
Yeah.
Say what you want on here, mate.
It was we watched like a Kevin Hart film with The
Oh,
Rock.
okay.
It's like
Yeah,
kind of
yeah, yeah.
sexual intelligence or something. And I mean that's not really my flavour really, but I thought
For the kids.
because you got a thing, ain't you? You say you got to find that happy ground where we can both watch
Yeah,
it.
Yeah.
definitely.
And watching them laugh at something.
Oh.
Actually, I did this thing the other day. When I thought, well, I'm going to watch some films I used to find funny when I was a kid. So I put on Ace Ventura,
Oh.
right? And I was
So
like,
inappropriate at bits, isn't it,
fucking
though?
hell.
Turn that off quickly.
In the
I'm like,
jungle.
no, that bit, but that's right at the beginning. I don't even remember this when he returns the dog to the lady.
Yeah.
How she repays him.
Oh, yes, I do know.
Yeah. I don't know how to say it.
Was it?
She gets on her knees.
Yeah.
What's the lady doing?
I don't know.
Let's watch something else.
it was literally, but it's like 5 minutes in. Like, why are you watching something else? But then I couldn't think. Then I was thinking, I don't know what else is coming. Like if they're doing that this early on, do you know what I mean?
My
Like,
mum did that the other day. I was
What?
coming home from...
To me.
No, not that. Oh my God. No, my mum, I was coming home from work and she's like, oh yeah, me and the girls have just finished watching Mean Girls. And I was like, Mean Girls? Ruby's 5, Mum. She can't watch Mean Girls. What are you doing? She went, oh, well, Daisy said it would be all right with you. I get home and, you know, they do this, like, sexy dance on stage and they're, like, smacking
They're
their
both
asses
doing
and
it.
stuff.
Yeah.
They're doing it in my
Oh,
kitchen. They're like, literally doing this dance, like, all sexy and, like, Ruby's, like, you know, shaking it all. Oh, it's absolutely
no.
mortified, but they don't know.
Yeah,
They don't
there's innocence
realise,
to it, yeah, I
they're just
suppose, yeah.
copying.
Yeah.
But I was like, no,
But I remember
that
like
was a
being
big
about
error.
like 10 and watching things, pretending I didn't know what it was. I was like, I know what she's doing. I know what she's doing.
It's like Titanic.
I know exactly. Playing dumb. Oh, I don't.
I was watching Euro Trash at 11.
Yeah,
Remember that?
classic.
Oh, God.
Euro Trash.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah,
come
taking
on.
a sinister turn there.
Straight over to Channel 5.
Dean in his
Late
Babe
night
Station
movie.
Blue.
Babe Station.
It was. He used to go around Dean and his mum would have like EastEnders
Tape. Don't you
EastEnders
see the
recorded.
tape?
Oh, yeah.
And then in the middle of our EastEnders, it would be like Babe Station Blue, EastEnders.
Recorded it.
Favourite girl was on.
Yeah, Babe Station. Oh, don't want to miss an episode.
This is
Start watching Babe Station. I think I've missed an episode here. I don't know what. I don't understand the plot. I don't know who's she.
taking a dark turn now. Thank you for listening to our parenting podcast. Anyway, on that note, I would like to thank you for coming in today because I've been dying to meet you and it's been
fun.
lovely to have you
Thanks
in
for
the
having me.
studio. So thank you. And hopefully, I know they're sold out, but maybe we can find some kind of Jack Skipper tickets in 2025 and come and watch you.
I've got some more dates.
Can I get
tomorrow.
some?
You can get some.
Yeah. Oh, what do you mean by some?
Couple.
Go back to Dean's Arthur. Watch his favourite episodes of
Only Fools and Horses.
Babe Station. That's a classic, this one.
Am I supposed to talk or is that we done?
No, do the outro.
What outro?
The one that you planned. Oh, it's funny.
I can't. What, that?
Yeah.
Thank you, as always, for tuning in. If you're enjoying the podcast, we'd really appreciate if you could take a moment to leave a review and give us a rating. It helps us reach more parents like you. Thanks again, and we'll catch you in the next episode.
Thank you.
Thank you.